Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for taking this journey. If you're like me and many others, you've been expected to live life and do certain things. Those certain things look like graduating high school, going off to college or maybe a technical school, at some point getting a really good job, finding a spouse, buying a house. These are all things that are expected of us in life. Have children, create that family that you'd love to create. But what ends up happening is we begin to live each day by externally looking at things that can make us happy and fulfill our life. And on that journey, day in and day out, life gets a little busier every day. And we almost begin to live life on this automatic pilot. We're expected to do things that others want us to do. We've had to do things on other people's time and schedule. And before you know it, there's this overwhelming feeling. Being stressed out, maybe dealing with depression, maybe dealing with anxiety. But I know for sure that one of the strongest things we end up feeling is lifeless. And maybe even unvalued. That we just go throughout the day, day in and day out, the same way every day. And this isn't at all what we expect life to be. We've done what's expected of us, but where's the happiness and the joy and the fulfillment that we've all looked for? Well, at some point, reaching out for all of these things and expecting us to find happiness and love, I found out that I was seeking it in the wrong place. By the time I was 35 years old, I was having a heart catheterization. I was overwhelmed with life and stressed out to the max, and that's what put me in the hospital. Doing all those things that I was expected to and more, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Well, I had to come to the realization that what was happening in my life was happening directly to me, and that the only person that could change that was me. So I had to make a decision, because being 35 and having a heart catheterization, if I didn't do something soon, then you can bet for sure I wouldn't be standing here talking with you now. There's only two ways that we can live life, and that's either by default or design. Originally, the way I was living life was by default, doing what other people expected of me. What I had never considered was, how is it that I can design the life that I would love living? And this takes going inside and thinking about what it is that we want. Because we can never get to where we want to go unless we can first think it. And that's something that I wasn't doing. So how do I think about the results that I want in my relationships, in my time, money, freedom, in my career, or in my health? How can I get to them if I first can't think them? I know what's expected of me, but I never really thought about it. You see, living life by design is coming from the inside out. And when we come from the inside out, there's this happiness and joy and get up and want to live every day in a different way. The sunshine and the glow that glows from you. Life looks good on you. That's what you want. And when we come from the inside, there's happiness and peace and love like you can't imagine. So if you were where I was, and you know that you want to create your life, and that you have to do something, then this is where it begins. I have a complimentary gift for you that will begin your journey in creating the life that you'd love living. It'll take you into those 4 quadrants of life. That is relationship, career, health, and time, money, freedom. And start creating the life that you'd love living. And when you come from the inside out, life is going to look really good on you too. I encourage you, take time with this. Think about what you would love. If I could wave a magic wand, what is it that you would change in your life? What is it that you would do for you? not for everybody else. And start living that life of design. I hope you have an amazing journey, and I'd love to hear from you and all about the life you're creating.